There appears to be.
Franklin TV Sports presents exciting Franklin High School girls lacrosse. Today we come to you from a different venue. We're at Beaver Street in the town of Franklin as the high school is tied up with another event as we have the round of Sweet 16 in this girls matchup in Division 1 between the Franklin High Panthers with a record of 17-2 and the Golden Warriors of Andover High School who come to town with a mark of 8-10. Hi neighbors and welcome to our telecast. I'm Pete Royce. Working alongside Jay Horgan, our producer, our director today is Chris Flynn. And Jay, hopefully the Gatorade buckets are full because the players are going to need them. 83 degrees, hot and humid here on the turf.
It is. The one advantage, Pete, is we do feel with the Beaver Pond here, little bit of a breeze. It's not great, but it's better than nothing, I guess.
I asked Coach Kristen Igo-Garino about the change in venue. How would that affect her team? She said, no, we're good. This is it's part of Franklin. This is where we are. And she's no problem playing here today.
Yeah, there had been, which we talked about before we came on the air, Pete, a little bit of kind of confusion, not confusion, undecidedness, I guess is a new word I'll invent,
Okay.
About initially they had, as you had predicted on Monday, put the game in Mansfield because the high school field's not available. Then at some point last evening, from what I've been told, someone either suggested or brought up this field or the second field in front of the gym at the high school,
right.
which is lined for girls lacrosse. They did have to come in, and I believe these lines, the orange lines that they'll be playing, were either repainted or painted earlier today.
And I think it was the Franklin Booster Club
Correct.
that got the job done, which is great.
Yeah, the Booster Club, which these days we know with the economics of the town the way they are, if you want stuff like that done, it generally has to be the Booster Club.
The officials for today's game are Kathy Brady and Peggy DiNatale. And it's Franklin in the home white with navy blue trim. And it's the Golden Warriors of Andover in the navy with orange trim or yellow trim. It's going to be Sacchetti taking the draw against Scarlet Glass. 4 12-minute periods. This is the Sweet 16 round. The winner moves on to the Elite 8. Referee backs away. There's the whistle. We're underway from Beaver Street. And Franklin has it. Julia Flynn, as she does all the time, wins those loose balls. Franklin attacking. Now they'll back it out.
Pete, that's, I believe, how you started on Monday, the last game, with Flynn getting the loose ball.
Tremendous talent who can do that often.
Yeah.
Panthers set up. The goalkeeper is Addie Glavin, a senior. There's 7 seniors on the team. They all start. This is Blogensteiner. She buries it. Clara Blogensteiner. And just like Monday, Jay, she gets off to a torrid start, scores within 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah, it happened right away. They moved it around. They saw an opening, saw a couple of girls cutting to the net, and was able to hit her and put it away.
She scores at 11:30 remaining. Clara Blogensteiner. So Franklin jumps out early, 1-0. We'll draw it again with Sacchetti and Glass, Scarlet Glass. Glass, a senior, she'll be playing lacrosse at the University of New Hampshire next year. Franklin coached by Kristen Igo-Garino and Andover coached by Meg Reddy in her second year. Meg Reddy, a veteran of lacrosse. She played at UMass Amherst.
Did she really?
Yes, she did. For the Golden Warriors, it's Lucy McLean. Out top, first possession of the game, Scarlet Glass. For Andover, whipped her over to Grace Johnson, one of their captains. Back out to Glass, who drops it. It's loose. And Franklin hustling for the ball. A foul on Warriors. Good play there by Clara Blogenstein. Look at her fly upfield. Clara, the freshman. And she'll slow things down. Maisie Streisman in goal for Franklin. And Addie Glavin for the Golden Warriors. Just underway here from Pistini Stadium. I'm sorry, from Beaver Street. That's a slip-up. I've only been at Pistini Stadium 300 times.
Yeah. Pete, it's a little different atmosphere than what we accounted for on Monday. There's less bleachers here. and everything is down low. You can tell, obviously, by our camera angle, we don't have a press box here.
And it's a different vantage point for us. We're at
Yeah.
field level. It's going to be a free positional start for Franklin.
I think it's Flynn.
Flynn, but she's at the 12-meter arc. They don't normally charge from there. No, she won't. She'll pass it to Blogensteiner. Franklin working it around now. Up 1-0. Flynn with the catch. She is bumped off the play. That's going to be a violation against the Warriors. And now it's going to be Sacchetti, I believe. Oh, Flynn again. This time again from the 12-meter arc on the left wing. Julia Flynn against Addie Glavin. Will she take it all the way? Looks like she's geared up. She is. She's going to shoot. And the
nice
save by Glavin.
Real nice save.
Kicked it out of the air. Did Addie Glavin. And here come the Warriors right in front of us. This is Giselle Broussard. She's one of their captains. Good speed for Broussard. Nice look in front. But great defense by the Panthers. They had Kate Livermore cutting in front of the crease, and Franklin just would not let her penetrate.
Do have a whistle, Pete.
Yeah, so it's going to be a free start for the Golden Warriors off the 12-meter arc on the right side. And this is going to be Livermore, and she'll back it out. Comes around to Grace Johnson. For Vivian Alloy. Back on the left side for Bella Di Fiore. And around we go, 1-0 early on here from Beaver Street. Bella Di Fiore. Vivian Alloy. Flag coming up here. Going to be a penalty, I believe, on Franklin.
Yeah.
Be the first penalty of the game, and going off will be Julia Flynn. No, they just reposition her. I'm not sure it's a penalty. She waved the yellow flag. I know you were talking to the officials about their mechanics.
I wonder if
a save,
nice
beauty
save
by Streisman.
We talked about right off the top, Pete, the lines being painted either last night or sometime today. The officials may be having a tough time getting used to them.
But anyway, nice save by Maisie Streisman, her first of the game. The Warriors trying to get the tie. A little underhanded shot. It's a nice shot there. Quick little move in the shot by Scarlett Glass. The Warriors first to the ball. They'll retain the offense. Nice possession brewing here for the Golden Warriors. Coming up on 7 minutes to go, first quarter. This is Elise Jaraz to the bottom for Bella Di Fiore. Ball being bobbled around, but the Warriors pick it up.
Yeah, great job defensively by the Panthers
terrific
there.
Play. What a steal. This got to be Julia Flynn, I would imagine. Who else can grab the ball? No, it isn't. That was not Flynn.
Lovell.
Here we go. Coming through. A great play defensively to strip a Panther of the ball.
Yeah, knocked it right out of her stick.
That was Morgan Lovell,
Oh.
You're right. A nice defense here by Izzy Cross to Blogensteiner. She's fouled, and now they're going to stop play.
Going to have a 1-minute penalty here, or
Cross check.
Yellow card.
To the face.
Yellow card.
For Alloy.
Yeah.
Looked like the referee signaled interference to the upper region of the head.
Maybe.
And so she'll be out
I think
for
the
one.
coach is asking her right now.
Blogensteiner, what a great defensive play by the Panthers. Referee just telling the Andover fans no comments during the game. Interesting, interesting. The referee quieting the Andover crowd. Wow. Play back in. Franklin with the player advantage. 6:06 to go in the first quarter. 1-0 Franklin. Panthers deliberate here. Cutters going through. LAcrosse will now handle it for the white. Back line for Consigli in her famous spot back there behind the goal. Franklin will start up on the left wing. This is Vera Hansen. She's going to shoot. It's just wide. Just wide. Franklin with the hustle, and Consigli saves it for the Panthers. That shot was just wide by Hansen. We stay at 1-0. Sophia Sacchetti now with it for Franklin. Spinning through, she'll back it out. Skip pass to the top for Blogensteiner, has the only goal of the game. Consigli. In front, it's picked up, no, it's bobbled. And now the shot, somehow they get a shot off, but it's wide. The scrum for the ball, it's going to be a foul on Franklin, and it'll be the Golden Warriors with the ball deep on their own end. Penalty nearly up to Alloy. So good defense there down low for the Golden Warriors. Coming out with it is Anna Votto. She's a sophomore, one of 10 such classmates on the team. 14 upperclassmen, 13 underclassmen. That's a lot of players, 27 players. But Coach Reddy told me before the game they did bring up some JV players for this particular game.
You know, Pete, we saw it the other day in the girls' game and the boys' game. A lot of players on the sideline during these contests.
What a steal by Flynn. She just caught Savannah Ross unawares, and Flynn took it for Peterson. And now Franklin will slow it down, coming up on 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. One penalty in the game against Andover. Blogensteiner. We're under 4 now in the first period. Franklin will take a collective deep breath. Blogensteiner makes a move. Dips in, down low. Tough angle for Flynn. Consigli for Peterson, couldn't get it. It's loose, and it's going to be picked up by the Warriors. And player goes down. No call on that. I thought there was some contact. There was contact, but no call.
I think
Flynn steals it.
It looked like the contact may have been when she was already going down, Pete.
Sacchetti for Franklin. Franklin owning the territorial advantage here so far in the early going. So glad you're with us, fans, here. We're streaming on YouTube. Of course, you can watch us on Franklin TV. Pass in front. Now a good look for Hansen. Couldn't quite catch it. Oh, she's going for the ball, and it's going to be a violation against the Panthers.
Yeah, it may have been a crease violation there.
Yes, I think that was it. 2:51 to go in the first period. Low scoring here to start. You know, the record for the Golden Warriors, Jay, 8-10, but that's deceptive. They play in a tough conference, the Merrimack Valley Conference. All they have is Reading, Central Catholic, and Chelmsford.
Right.
3 top teams. Nice maneuvering here, and Flynn takes a whack at Scarlett Glass's stick. And they're going to restart for the Warriors with 2:20 to go. Clock moving in the first period. With it is Scarlett Glass. She's knocked away from the ball. Blogensteiner back for Franklin. She's got Sacchetti on the right, but Blogensteiner's going to take it down herself and slow things down with exactly 2 minutes to go in the first period. 1-0 Franklin.
Pete, it'll be interesting to see if the weather, the heat, which you addressed right off the top, has any impact. It's 10 to 15 degrees warmer than it was on Monday.
Yes, exactly. And the turf also can put a few degrees up on the thermometer. The artificial turf. Franklin's so good at closing out a period. See what they do here. 90 seconds to go. Franklin, took a blow. LAcrosse took a blow to the face.
Yeah.
And she's going to get the free start. But she's going to be sideline extended, not be in a position to score, but the clock will continue to run with 1:09 to go. Izzy Cross. Actually, they give her an angle. So she has a very slight angle off the left arc, does Izzy Cross. Goggles back on. She's going to charge. She's going to get the pass down low. Back to Consigli. Under a minute left in the first period. Everybody with a touch for Franklin. They take it around the rim.
Yeah, they're obviously just trying to work clock right here, Pete. Heard one of the coaches shouting out for Franklin last shot.
Okay. 30 seconds to go in the period. 1-0. Low scoring here. The Sweet 16 matchup. Division I in the MIA State Lacrosse Girls Tournament. Hansen has it taken away, but it's restolen, and Sicchetti has it with 15 seconds to go. Sophia down low, it's an errant pass, and it's going to be fought for, and Consigli cannot win it, and it's going to go to the Warriors with 7 seconds to go. They're going to loop one, and a near
nice
steal
grab
by Owen, but the clock will run out on the first period. So well-played game, 1 penalty. It was against the Warriors, but they fought that off with the player disadvantage. And after 1 period, it's Franklin 1 and the Golden Warriors of Andover, no score. Lone goal by Clara Blanksteiner at 11:30, just 30 seconds in. So the last 11 and a half minutes, Jay, no scoring here at Beaver Street Field.
Yeah, they scored right off the get-go, and we've had nothing since.
Right, exactly. Well, we can take a look at some of the other teams. Baseball, Jay, they're the 12th ranked team in their tournament. They survived the round of 32 with a win over Durfee 4-1. So they play tomorrow at Xaverian. Xaverian is the number 5 team. That's a 4 o'clock game at Xaverian. Softball, they're the 11th ranked team. They defeated Springfield Central. This was unusual, Jay, 22-4. Springfield Central is usually good in everything, isn't
I know.
it? How many times have we had a Franklin-Springfield Central matchup, but Franklin wins that one 22-4. They'll play tomorrow at 4:30 at number 6 Lincoln Sudbury. In boys lacrosse, the 12th ranked Panthers defeated Waltham the other day 10-0 in the round of 32. They'll play today at 4:30, so that game is 5 minutes away from starting at Acton Boxborough.
Yeah.
AB is the 5 seed, and boys tennis lost in the opening round to Concord Carlisle. No slouch there. Concord Carlisle still alive in the tournament. And the girls lost the second round. They defeated Hopkinton 3-2 in the round of 32, lost to number 4 Wellesley in the Sweet 16 matchup. So good season for Bob Pinchton and the girls tennis team. Well, that's your rundown of all things Hockomock sports, and such an exciting time, Jay, with the playoffs upon us. So much going on, graduation, parties, and whatnot.
Yeah.
And but it's probably the best. Also, it's the time when the academic year ends. So this is the last sports for a while.
Yes, it is. And I was actually thinking about that last night, looking through some of the schedules that we could have over the next week or two. And then there's a lot of club stuff in the summer. The only thing that's like town related where they play other towns is American Legion baseball for the most part. That's local. A lot of these other things, the athletes are going to different locations to play.
Yes. But it's a great time in the tournament, well underway. We're at just about the midpoint of the postseason play.
Finals will be not this weekend, but the following weekend at various sites throughout the state.
Let's see how your Panthers do. 4 teams still alive in the playoffs. We get ready for period number 2 from Beaver Street in Franklin. Pete Royce, Jay Horrigan, Chris Flynn, your Franklin crew here on site. 83 degrees, hot and humid, a slight breeze blowing here at Beaver Street. Franklin will go from right to left in this period, and the Golden Warriors going from left to right. Again, Maisie Streisman in goal for the Panthers. Sicchetti fighting for it. It's going to be a violation on Franklin, on the Warriors, and Franklin will win it. Nice play by Sicchetti. She's one of their captains.
Yeah.
Also Julia Flynn and Maeve Grasso. Here we go, underway in the second period. Sophia Sacchetti. Oh, she's got that great speed for Erin Peterson.
Such a long stride on
She has
Sacchetti.
a nice stride, doesn't she? Yes. Franklin takes it back. Bloggensteiner, what a career ahead of Clara Bloggensteiner, only a freshman. Her sister is on the team as well. This is Izzy Cross. Bloggensteiner, a whistle and a foul called against the Warriors. And a free start here from the 12-meter arc for Clara Bloggensteiner. She's going to go. She's going to shoot. It's too high over everything, over the crossbar. Did Franklin get to that ball in time? No, I don't think they did. So it'll be Warriors ball just underway in the second period, 1-0 Franklin. Oh, that's an errant pass.
Yeah.
And it's going to be kept in. No, it's out of bounds. Good hustle. Franklin they swarm to the ball. They create problems. Now quickly they have it in the offensive zone. This is Vera Hansen.
It's interesting, Pete, watching them play a more balanced team versus on Monday we had that one star player from Weymouth that they really focused on. Here, Andover seems to be a little more balanced with multiple players that can score.
Yes, and 7 of their starters are seniors. 7 out of the 12. A push away from the ball. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Drawing the foul was Cross, and she'll get the free start right at the, well, just to the left of the center of the arc on the 12-meter spot. Cross waits for a moment. Referee adjusting, pushing a Andover player back. Here goes Cross. She's going to take it. She's going to, oh, a violation. That shot was
I
safe.
think she left a little early.
Okay, what a hustle there. Tremendous hustle by Julia Flynn. Who else wins the ball to Sacchetti? For Erin Peterson, Franklin with that slim 1-goal lead, 1-0. Early on in this second period.
Nice cut.
Nice catch. The
And a
shot
goal.
and the goal. The goal by Franklin. Let's see if we can find out who scored. I think it was number 12, and that would be for Franklin, Ruby Rizjan. No, 22, Vera Hansen. I'm sorry, Vera Hansen gets the goal. Unofficial, of course, but the Panthers are on top now, 2-0. We'll give it to Hansen, 2-0 Franklin. Goal comes at 9:03. So Bloggensteiner with 1, Hansen with 1. Play on here in the second period. Sacchetti with the draw against Scarlet Glass. 2-0 Franklin. Ball settled in the respective nets. Up we go. Violation called against the Warriors. Franklin will win it. Now they're going to stop play. Timeout called.
They put it in play too far up, and the official just called it back.
Sacchetti now advancing it. To the corner it goes. Julia Flynn. Hansen just scored with the ball at the top. Callie Joyce now with it. Quiet crowd at the moment here in Franklin. And it's going to be a call here. Franklin will get the start, but back behind the goal. Deep back there. Sacchetti. Bloggensteiner. Hesitation move. She's in front. She lets it go. A beautiful save by Addie Glavin.
Yeah, and a
She goes
short
down
hop.
low. Goes down low to get it. Here come the Warriors, down 2-0. They advance it beyond midfield. Ball is knocked away by Flynn. Foul on Flynn. Called the foul on Flynn, and Franklin will retreat and set up its defense. 7 minutes and 32 seconds to go here in the second period. 2-0. This is the round of Sweet 16 in girls lacrosse, Division 1. Oh, a nice play by Cross. She couldn't quite control it. Goes to Grace Johnson. Johnson.
Pete, how many times over the last 2 years, I'd say, has at some point in the tournament a Franklin girls team played a Andover girls team?
Oh, yeah.
They always end up facing each other in basketball because they're always two of the best teams in Division 1.
Yeah. Yes, it's amazing. 2 separate conferences.
Yeah.
Merrimack Valley and the Hockomock League. Yeah, we've seen it a number of times. This is Vivian Alloy. Pass down low. Franklin swarming, but a good play there. Powering her way through with Scarlet Glass.
Yeah, she looked like she was point-blank range, unable to put it in.
6.5 to go, second period. Curling around, the
And
shot
there's
and
a
the
goal.
goal. So a nice curl.
I think that was Scarlet Glass.
Glass, okay.
Number 17.
Glass gets the goal. She just went low. They worked at that little curling pattern behind the goal, and then Scarlet Glass makes it 2-1. Score comes at 6:21 in the second period. Glass on the board. So it's 2-1. An important goal there by the Warriors. We'll tee it up again at midfield. Again, the officials, Peggy D. Natali and Kathy Brady. This is Brady, who lines up Sacchetti, and Scarlet Glass, who just scored. Ball is in the air. Violation off Franklin. And Scarlet, the Golden Warriors will have it. Looking to tie. Now midway through the second period, 2-1.
Much more deliberate game today, Pete, than we saw the other day by the Panthers.
Yeah, exactly. It's Grace Johnson. Picked up by Sacchetti. Glass. Oh, check it. This is Seawall. And a foul.
That's going to be a foul, yeah.
It's going to be a good look here for
Aloy, however, number 19.
Yeah, this is going to be Vivian Alloy.
Aloy.
She's got a good start off the right arc. She's at the 12-meter mark. Looking to tie the game. Vivian Alloy. 5:06 to go. Second period. Streisman in goal. Alloy's going to charge the net. She's going to shoot and score. Oh, I like the way she delayed it.
Yeah.
She just delayed it till the very last second. And Vivian Alloy ties the game at 2. And that score comes at 4:58 here in the second period. 2 straight goals. Franklin got the first 2, and now the Golden Warriors get the last 2. First tie of the game, other than 0-0, of course. We're tied at 2 with 2 straight goals here.
Real nice job by Aloy there, almost like a little pump fake when she got right in front of the net, took another step and threw it over the top.
That's the key, that she hung on a little bit more, drew Streisman in a little bit, and fired it past her. So we're at a tie game now, 2-2. High ball off the draw. It's going to be dug for, and it's going to be chased down and won there by Franklin, Morgan Lovell. Lovell takes a hit, keeps on going. Lovell, in front of the Franklin bench and beyond. She gets it up. Franklin looking to get back in front. 2-2. Time winding here in the second period. from Beaver Street in Franklin. This is Callie Joyce to Julia Flynn. Flynn drops it on the right side for Vera Hansen. She's got a goal here today along with Blogesteiner. Blogesteiner with it now with a nice catch.
Again, they're just taking their time, trying to see what they could find there.
Blogesteiner makes a move. She's pushed back. Izzy Cross. She starts through. She's got some position.
Oh, nice.
And she scores. Oh, she picked her way through.
Yeah.
Beautifully. Izzy Cross scores. And the tie was short-lived. It goes at cross goal at 3:50. The third Panther to score, Blogesteiner, Hansen, and now Cross. 3-2, Franklin on top. So 2 goals here in this period for each team. Franklin had the lone first period goal. That's why they have the 3-2 lead. 3:50 left here in the second quarter. Referee Peggy D. Natal tees up Sacchetti and Glass. We're ready to roll here. The final 3:50 of period number 2. Sun-drenched Beaver Street Field. Whistle. And it's won by the Warriors. Looking to tie again. This is Grace Johnson. Johnson off the left shoulder, takes a bump, and she's fouled. They're going to call it on Franklin. Free look here, free positional start for the Golden Warriors. This is, I believe, Grace Johnson. Long delay. Here she goes. She's going to take it in. She's going to shoot and score.
Scores.
She's going to tie it. So she had great speed, too, for kind of a big girl. She ties it. I believe that was Johnson.
Yeah, tied at 3 now, Pete.
Grace Johnson, second tie of the game. 3:11 left. 3-3. 2 ties. So scoring has picked up 1 goal in the first period, 5 in period number 2. 3:11 left. Franklin has not trailed in this game. They had 2-goal leads of just one actually at 2-0. It was 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. So just 1 2-goal lead for the Panthers at 2-0. So we're knotted at 3. Franklin with a record of 17-2. The Golden Warriors 8-10, but they have a good strength of schedule, and that's what's moved them up in the rankings.
The 8-10, Pete, is a very deceiving record.
It really is.
Based on who they play, the league.
That's going to be a foul on Franklin. Flynn didn't know what happened. She wanted to race upfield. So the Warriors will have a chance to take their first lead of the game. Scarlett Glass gets it on the right side for Grace Johnson, who just scored. Under 3 left in the second period. Charging through, spinning through, couldn't get a shot off, but she draws a foul and she'll get a free position. This, let's see where they're going to place her at the 12-meter mark. And this is going to be Vivian Alloy.
Who already has a goal.
She does have a goal. Almost dead center, a little bit off to the left. She's going to charge, she's going to shoot, the rebound, the save, and it's gobbled up by Streisman in her crease. Nice play by Streisman. And now they're saying a violation on Franklin.
No, they were saying on
on
Andover.
They were in the crease, I think.
Something, yeah.
Here comes Callie Joyce with 2 minutes to go in the half. Joyce.
And mishandles it, yeah.
Hansen digging for it. Players going down. Blogesteiner with it for Franklin. Skip pass to Julia Flynn.
Under 2 minutes.
Close game here in the first half. Augustiner. Consigli. Senior in goal is Glavin. As Hansen operates, comes around, can't shoot. Over to Joyce. She picks it up off the drop. Sacchetti spins through, got some room in front, she shoots.
What a save
by Glavin. Wow.
Really nice save.
Low makes the save with 1:07 to go in the quarter. Save of the game by Addie Glavin. Keeps the game tied at 3. Back in her own end with some pressure is Johnson. Franklin extending the pressure. They're going to call a foul on on Izzy Cross. Franklin very aggressive. 46 seconds left in the half. We're tied at 3. McLean for the Warriors. Engling gets the pass off. Look at Franklin swarming.
Yeah.
Swarming with the defense. Back to McLean. Long pass upfield is caught and taken down by Kate Livermore. Livermore is pushed from behind. That's going to be a foul here, a trip called against Callie Joyce with 21 seconds to go in the half. Now the clock is starting again. Clock is ticking down. Quickly the Warriors get it in play. And a foul called here against the Panthers. This should result in a free positional shot here for the Warriors. Grace Johnson. She's got a goal here today. 8 seconds left from the 12-meter mark. They're pushing Lovell back a little bit. And Johnson waits the whistle. Stick on her left side. She's going to charge. She's going to pass it. Heavy defense. And Franklin picks it off. It's low. 1 second to go. And Flynn races upfield, and that'll do it for a tie first half.
Good job there by the Panther defense, Pete. Keeping the ball out of the net when it looked like Andover was going to have a very good chance at taking the lead there.
The free positional start for Johnson. She actually chose to pass. I was surprised because she's a good goal scorer. Well, it's a 7-minute halftime break. We're going to pause from our coverage. We'll come back to Beaver Street in Franklin for the second half. What's at stake? A trip to the Elite Eight. Your score at halftime is Franklin 3 and Andover 3. We'll be back to Beaver Street in about 6 minutes. Welcome back to Beaver Street in Franklin. Pete Royce, Jay Horrigan, Chris Flynn on hand. We're at halftime, about to start the second half of this Sweet 16 round game between Franklin in the home white and the Golden Warriors of Andover in the traveling blue navy with yellow trim or orange trim. We're at halftime. The score is 3-3, and Jay, pretty even, let's say, not only the scoreboard, but the way it was played out on the field.
Yeah, very even, very deliberate by both teams.
Yeah.
Not a lot of fast breaks, things like that. Very deliberate, teams knowing what they want to do.
So we start the final half. Which team will move on and most likely play number 2 seed Wellesley? We're underway here. Franklin going from left to right. Ball is going to be a violation here against Franklin. Now they're going to stop the clock. Official repositioning players. It'll be a free start here for Grace Johnson for Andover. They've never led in this one. Johnson. Foul on Flynn. Now they're going to stop the clock again. And it's going to be
on Flynn.
A card,
Yeah.
a yellow card.
So
for
penalty will put Franklin shorthanded.
Flynn will go out. I don't think the scoreboard is equipped to post penalties.
It is, but I don't know if that part's working.
Yeah. Like I'm not sure what that signal was. Illegal use of the stick, I think.
I think she got called for a penalty. It then committed another one right away, and that's the reason for the yellow card.
So it'll be Grace Johnson to start things off for the Warriors, looking for their first lead of the day. They have a player advantage here in this set. Johnson angling through. Going to drop it on the right wing. In front, shot there.
Right in front.
Point blank range, and the shot by Bella Di Fiore. And Andover leads for the first time today, 4-3.
It's interesting, Pete. 30 seconds into this quarter, just like it was for Franklin in the first quarter.
The first lead change of the game, exactly at 11:30. Had a goal in each half. And for the first time, the Warriors lead it 4-3. Well positioned on the player advantage.
Yep, Franklin will still be short a player.
Fourth different player to score. Nobody has 2 goals here today. So Frank will have to play from behind. In the penalty area is Julia Flynn. Well, talking to Coach Kristen Igo-Garina before the game, she said, the Warriors are good. They're very good. They play in a tough conference, and they've shown up here today. Ball is in the air. Chasing it down is Blogensteiner with good speed, and she gets hit, and she's going to go down, and they're going to give her a free start here. She's going to take it and go. Blogensteiner charging upfield, and she's fouled again. And they're going to stop the clock again.
It's getting a little chippy out there, so the referee's going to talk to the team captains.
And you were saying, Jay, at halftime there was another conversation.
There was a conversation between the captains and the referees.
Two referees will also be together on this. Sacchetti there for Franklin.
I think it just, from games I've been involved with, Pete, when during the actual game you pull the captains aside and talk to them, stop the game to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically, as you could see, Sacchetti's talking to her teammates, the Andover captain's talking to her teammates. You're basically giving a final warning. You try to talk players out of committing fouls or committing infractions, but you can only do that so long. And my guess is they're going to, if it continues, they're going to step up the penalties.
Speaking of which, Flynn is still in the penalty area, serving her penalty. Blogensteiner with the ball for Franklin. She'll loop it underneath to Sacchetti, back to Clara. Sophia Sacchetti. Erin Peterson with the touch. And Franklin will take it behind the end line. 4-3, Andover with the lead. 10:40 to go, third period. Franklin trying to kill some time. I think it was a 2-minute foul on Flynn.
May have been. Yeah, she's been in there for a bit.
Yep, because the goal came at 11:30. It's past 10:30, so that's beyond a minute. Sacchetti and Franklin just killing clock here. And Andover will not challenge her. So if it's 2 minutes, it will be down to 9:30 before Flynn can come in. It's unusual, Jay. I've never seen this kind of stall where the defense is not challenging it at all.
No. Well, Andover has no problem with it. They're leading by a goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And have the one-player advantage.
But you would think that they would want to force the action to take advantage of that player advantage. I don't know. I'm not a coach. 9:43 to go here and now finally
Flynn comes on.
Flynn comes in. So the Panthers are looking to tie. Pass is mishandled. High ball coming back with it. Franklin drawing a foul is Izzy Cross, and she'll get a good look from in top. Izzy Cross dead on with Addie Glavin, who's been fine in goal for them. Cross, she charges, ducks, can't get the shot off.
No.
And the save by Glavin, and she'll start a break for Andover. They got the momentum now and the ball with under 9 to go in the third. Grace Johnson. Quickly, they flip the field to the Golden Warriors. Skip pass on the left wing for Bella DiFiore. She's got the leading goal there. DiFiore, one of 7 seniors, all in the starting lineup for Coach Meg Reddy. This is DiFiore. DiFiore bouncing around back there. Here's that curling pattern. Andover scored off it. This time the Panthers are ready for Scarlet Glass. In front, spinning through. Can't get a shot off. Now the shot and the foul. The shot and the foul. Let's see who they're going to call it on here. It's going to be on Franklin. A free positional start at the 12-meter mark. This is going to be Vivian Alloy. Straight on, Alloy. She's got a goal already. Alloy charges. She's going to shoot, and she's going to score. Alloy goes low on the right side of the net, and it's a 2-goal lead. Vivian Alloy scores at 7:40, makes it 5-3, Andover. And Alloy is the first player with 2 goals here today. So
she also had the first penalty of the game as well.
Yes. So she's got 2 goals. Glass with 1, Johnson 1, DiFiore with 1 for Franklin. Blogensteiner, Hansen, and Izzy Cross. But it's a big lead now for Andover. 2 goals. They trailed the entire first half, other than a tie.
They're up 2 when your opponents only scored 3 total goals. 2 is a good advantage.
7:40 to go in the third period. Franklin will have to play from behind if they want to advance to the Elite 8 round. Away we go. On the draw that time was Blogensteiner, and she gets it over to Morgan Lovell. Consigli. She'll hold it. Back for cross. Peterson. Out to Sacchetti. Now Clara Blagesteiner. Vera Hansen with it.
You wonder, Pete, if the Panthers are having a little bit of a challenge playing this slow, deliberate game. You know, Monday they just played wide open. They kept running and running, and it served them well. I don't know if it's pre-designed or just the way the game has come to them.
Or just what Andover brings to the party as well. Peterson. Sophia Sacchetti will back it out. We have a good goalkeeper in Addie Glavin. This is Sacchetti. She's charging through. She gets a shot off just wide of the net. And the ball's going to be turned back the other way to the Warriors. 6:20 to go in the third period, almost midway through the quarter. Andover will have it deep in their own end with the lead, 5-3. Goes to Glavin in goal. Picks out a player short, and here come the Warriors. Grace Johnson picked up by Flynn. Here come the Warriors with some speed off the right wing. With it there is Scarlett Glass. And she'll drop it for Lucy McLean. Back out top for Vivian Alloy, who's got 2 goals here today. DeFiore. Back out top for Emery Pereira, who's in the game now for Andover. 5:19 left in the third. And now Andover with a bit of a slow tactic here on offense with that lead. They'll be happy to shorten the game.
You can't blame her.
Happy to shorten the clock.
Yeah.
DeFiore takes a bump, keeps going.
Nice screen there.
Back out to Scarlett Glass. Pereira, whistle blows.
So whistle against Franklin.
They're going to send a player behind the offensive player. That'll be Hansen's repositioned behind Pereira. Play continues on for the Warriors with the lead, 5-3. And another foul called is making an attempt towards the hoop was Alloy. And she's fouled, and she'll get a free start right in top, but she's out a bit. It's beyond the 12-meter mark. She's going to charge and shoot.
She scores.
And she's going to score again. A 3-goal lead.
And Coach Igo Garino is calling a timeout.
Was that Johnson, 12, who scored, Jay?
I believe so, yeah.
Grace Johnson makes it a 3-goal lead for the Warriors. 3 straight goals to start the third quarter. Grace Johnson, unofficial, of course, it comes at 3:45, and it's 6-3. Looking at the Franklin schedule, I know they lost pretty soundly to Westwood, 12-6, but their only other loss, Jay, was a tight game in overtime to Concord Carlisle, who was like the top team in the state. That was 16-15. I don't think Franklin has been behind very often. If anything, maybe that Westwood game, maybe they were, well, certainly they lost by 6, so they were down by at least 6. But here, it's unusual to have the Panthers trailing it at least by 3.
Yeah.
So it'll be a chance to, what do you think Coach Garino is telling her players here?
I wonder if part of it's trying to maybe readjust their offensive thinking where They want to push it more. It's been hard to tell whether or not either team has a speed advantage because we haven't really seen it.
Yeah.
Both ends of the field have been slow, deliberate playing, trying to get that open cutter to the net. Now, right now, that's not working for the Panthers. Did they change that up, or do they just keep trying to hammer what they're doing, hoping for players to break free?
The other thing, Jay, is the officials calling a very tight game. Has that
Yes.
factored into the style of play?
Well, I think it may have. I think it also may throw players off, but I would think it would throw them off equally.
Yeah.
Because it seems like both teams are a little unaccustomed to such a tightly officiated game.
So it's 6-3, 3 straight goals here to start the third quarter by Andover. And they are looking good here. Andover, 8-10 on the season, but you wouldn't know it the way they're playing. Andover is the 10th seed, Franklin the 7th seed, so pretty close in seeding, just a 3.3 position differential between Franklin and Andover, hence the home game for Franklin here today. But it's a good matchup.
It's interesting, too, how those power rankings work and actually ends up, in a lot of cases, putting two evenly matched teams against each other, despite, the records being so different between these two teams.
Franklin gets there with a lot of victories. Andover gets there with a lot of close games.
Yeah.
Even in the losses, they pick up points. So it's Andover on top, 6-3. It looks like, too, Jay, they take advantage of the opportunities. We've seen free positional starts, and I think they scored on over half of them.
Yeah. The officials just there after the timeout talking to both head coaches. Obviously, it's the opposite side of the field, so we don't know what they were talking about, but you have to assume it's a continuation of the conversations they've had with the captains.
So here we go with 3:45 to go after the last Andover score. Here's the face-off. Blagensteiner will try to win it for Franklin, the important face-off to get the team rolling after the timeout by Cristinigo Garino. And yes, Blagensteiner does get it up to Flynn. Here comes Julia. Now she'll back it out a little bit. It is a warm day here at the field.
Errant pass. Come on.
Sacchetti. And she got to it, but she couldn't control it.
No,
as a
and
result,
her stick was out, and one of the
tripped.
Andover girls went over.
Yep. So that was an unforced error there for the Panthers.
And those can happen for them to get back into the game.
No, not against a quality opponent like Andover. Here come the Warriors. This is Bella Di Fiore. No, I'm sorry. This is Scarlett Glass. There's some speed by Glass. And she draws a foul. Showed some good speed there. The foul, I believe, was on Maeve Grasso. And Glass will have it out deep. I'm just going to drop it for Alloy. Almost 2.5 minutes, that's all left here in the third quarter. 6-3 Andover with the lead and the ball. Johnson.
Still have plenty of time. In this game, the scores can come so quickly.
Di Fiore gets it over to Johnson. Back out top for Alloy. She's been one of their stars here today.
Already
Vivian
killed
Alloy.
about 45 seconds, Pete.
Yep. Good game management by the Warriors with the 3-goal lead. And a foul on Flynn. So she fouls Alloy. Alloy will get the start out deep. She'll be backed up a little bit. Under 1:40 left. Third quarter. 83 degrees and humid here. Wind has died down at the moment. And a foul called on Sacchetti. Play on for Grace Johnson. DeFiore. Scarlett. I'm sorry, this was Elise Jarris for DeFiore. She's in front. Gets the ball knocked away, but it's going to be a violation on Franklin. And they're going to stop the clock again.
There's going to be an issue with the Franklin parents. There may be a couple of them asked to leave. This is the official that spoke to the Andover parents earlier.
Yeah.
Has gone over to the site administrator here in Franklin, which normally would indicate some kind of issue with someone in the crowd or a few people in the crowd. And we'll see if they may be removing some parents or.
Okay, he's just telling them
Stop.
to stop. Yeah. Play back in. Nice save there by Streisman. Streisman with the save. And the Panthers need to get it going with 48 seconds to go in the third period. They're down by 3.
Andover, though, on that possession, Pete, held the ball for 2 minutes there.
Yep. With the lead. This is Callie Joyce. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Flynn back for the Panthers. Charging upfield. There's the speed by Flynn. She's ahead of everybody. She shoots, and the save by Glavin. A beauty by Addie Glavin. Another star in this game is Glavin. Wow, Flynn took it the whole length. Got by everybody, Jay. But couldn't get it past Addie Glavin, who just holds and going to eat the clock here. She turns it over. Franklin with the chance. It's Fagenstein. A save by Glavin. Wow. Glavin that time delayed it in the back line, and she coughed it up. It went to the Panthers. They got a good shot off. Oh, what a big goal that would have been.
Glavin just seemed to get her body in front of it.
And so we go to the fourth quarter now.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Glavin, any relation to Hall of Famer Tommy Glavin? Isn't he from that area?
He's from Billerica or Burlington.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is close.
I wonder.
That is close. That's not that far away.
Not at all.
Yeah, interesting. That's very cool. I haven't seen Tommy here, have you?
No. I don't, honestly, not sure if I'd recognize him if I did.
A great hockey player besides being a great baseball pitcher for
tremendous
Atlanta.
Overall athlete.
Yeah. So we go with the third quarter owned by Andover. They have all the goals in the period 3. DeFiore, Aloy, and Johnson unofficially to make it a 6-3 score. And the Panthers showed some life there, and Flynn sparked the advance, but she just couldn't get it past Glavin. That's one of the better goaltenders we've seen all year long.
It was also, in addition to them scoring 3 goals, Andover to Franklin's none, that time of possession had to have it for 7 or 8 minutes of that quarter.
Yeah, yep. One penalty hurt Franklin as well.
Yeah.
That was a long one, too, and I believe Andover scored right away
they did.
on that penalty, and they still kept the player up, and then Franklin killed the clock, and Andover didn't much care about that. And they have forged the 6-3 lead. So this is the Sweet 16 round. The winner most likely will play Wellesley. We say that because Wellesley is the number 2 seed. They're playing number 15 seed Needham today. Anything can happen, but you got to believe they're heavy favorites against Needham. That game is well underway at Wellesley, and the winner will be, if Wellesley wins at Wellesley. If one of these, if Wellesley is upset today, then the winner will be playing a home game. It'll be either Franklin or Andover in the next round, the Elite 8 round. So that's the status here 3 quarters, a close first quarter. Franklin scored first, opened up a 2-0 lead, and then Andover came back, made it 2-1, and then 2-2. Franklin made it 3-2, and Andover made it 3-3 at halftime. But in the second half, 3 straight goals for Andover. We'll switch sides, and now Franklin will be going from right to left. Andover with the lead will be going to left to right across your screens. We get ready for the final 12 minutes, or maybe overtime, who knows. The officials again for today's game, Kathy Brady and Peggy D. Natal. It's Blogensteiner to take the draw against Scarlet Glass. Clara, the freshman, against the senior. Scarlet Glass.
Want to see, too, Pete, how the teams react to the officiating. It seemed like a few players were getting frustrated towards the second half of that third quarter.
Ball settles in, and here we go. Ball is controlled by Andover. This is Johnson. They win the first possession. They have the lead 6-3. And a foul call. They're going to play on Johnson. She loops it over to Lucy McLean, another one of their 7 seniors. McLean crosses the field with it.
Again, Andover in no hurry to shoot. The longer they keep the ball, the more Franklin has to do in their limited possessions. If you can, the idea I'm sure behind Andover is limit the number of times Franklin has the ball. If you can limit it to 3 or 4 possessions this quarter, the way Glavin's playing in net, it's going to be hard for the Panthers to come back.
1 minute gone here in the fourth period. 6-3 Andover.
And a minute gone without a shot on net.
DeFiore, she's got a goal here today. Loops it back out for Lucy McLean. Again, the long possession brewing for the Golden Warriors. Juliana Owen fouls on the play. Oh, and now the player took a blow to the face. Inadvertent blow after the whistle. Just kind of stumbled together.
Send a player off.
Oh, that's going to go off. I think that's Juliana Owen. I think it was for the second violation there.
I think you're
after
right.
the whistle.
Yeah.
So Owen will be gone. She'll be in the net, in the penalty area. Player advantage. Remember, Andover scored with a player advantage earlier in the game. .37 left. Andover goes behind the goal. They curl around it. No room to operate.
Remember, the Panthers are down a player.
Out to Johnson. DeFiore, some daylight down low. Now it closes. Player goes down. Here's the shot and the score. And that is Grace Johnson again. Oh, 4 goals in a row. Johnson gets her second in a row. Unofficial, of course. Again, the player advantage. And Andover is a team that's taken advantage of that.
Yeah, the Franklin coaching staff is wondering why there was no call when the Andover player went to the net. Looked like she may have extended her arm a little bit and causing the Franklin player to go down to the ground.
10-10 left. Franklin down by 4 now. 4 straight goals scored in this half by Andover. They have a 4-goal lead. It's actually 5 straight if you look at the last goal of the first half. Here is Blogesteiner. 10 minutes to go.
Yep, Franklin down a player, but they've got to pick it up and go. They're down 4 goals. And their possessions, we've already lost 2 minutes of this quarter.
Flynn with it. Owen still in the penalty area. For Sacchetti. Sophia spins through, can't get by two. Will hold it. Whistle stops play here. Foul call.
But the clock is running.
Clock still runs. Sacchetti off the 12-meter mark on the left side. Can Sophia take it? Waits the whistle. Sophia Sacchetti lined up. She's going to take it herself. She's going to go through. She's going to hold, and it's going to be a foul. This is going to be a card, I believe. A card against Andover. So that'll even the strength up of the two teams. Then Franklin will have an advantage once the penalty at Owen is over.
They, as that penalty's on, it looks like Lucy McLean. The officials, Pete, on that last restart after the penalty against Franklin, took 35 seconds
to get it started. Yeah.
You know, players really need to be careful and get right into position. And I believe there was just a warning given to the Franklin bench.
So it'll be Sacchetti on the free positional right in front of goalkeeper Addie Glavin. Sacchetti's going to shoot. The scoop by Glavin. No problem by Glavin. She nonchalanted it, Jay.
Yeah. And now we've got 8:54 left. We'll see how long Andover holds on to the ball here.
Again,
but Franklin being down 4, they've got to try to get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Both players, teams with a person in the penalty area.
Yeah.
Franklin should be up soon.
Yeah, just up.
And now they'll have the advantage. 8:30 left, 7-3. Andover with the ball in the lead. 4 straight goals scored by Andover since the end of the first half. Sacchetti wins the ball back.
That's what they need to do more of. Andover only had it there for about 40 seconds.
And an errant
pass.
It is picked up the other way. A costly turnover for the Panthers. And here come the Warriors here with under 8 to go. 7-3, a whistle stops play and a timeout called by Coach Meg Reddy of the Golden Warriors of Andover.
Yeah.
So Franklin with the player up, but it's still a clock factor with 7:51. That's all remaining.
And every second that ticks off, it becomes a bigger issue, Pete. Andover's been able to extend that lead by 1. And if you think Andover's on average holding on to the ball 1.5 to 2 minutes per possession, Franklin needs to score every time they have the ball.
And this is the lowest scoring output of the year for Franklin. Of course, 17 wins, all mostly by big margins. Even the loss to Westwood, a strong team, was 6 goals for Franklin. And the loss to number 1 Concord Carlisle, 15 goals.
Yeah.
But the scoring has disappeared here. And you got to credit the Andover defense for part of that. They've been stymieing.
And the goalkeeper. Glavin's been great.
Outstanding for them. And so here in the second half, it's just been 3 goals in the third period and then 1 here in the fourth, and it makes it 7-3. So Franklin, not used to playing from this far behind,
No.
will see what they can do with only 7:51 to go. But Glavin, she's been outstanding. Without her good goalkeeping, this is a tie, or Franklin has the lead for sure. On the other end, very opportunistic are the Golden Warriors. When they find an opening, they've buried a lot of shots.
And it will be Andover's ball to start here. They had possession when they called timeout. We'll see how long they hold on to it, being down a player as well.
7:51 left. Here we go. This is Grace Johnson. She's been a big factor in this game. Double teamed, holds on to it. 7.5 to go. Johnson goes from the left to the right. Back to the center.
Just eating time. 30 seconds. She's eating up here.
And a foul. She pulled the Panthers into a foul.
You've got to try to do something if you're Franklin. You just can't let them run the clock down.
The Warriors have it, and they're now at full strength, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
So their penalty is up.
Now had the ball for over a minute.
McLean. Franklin desperately trying to force a turnover. Short-handed Warriors, and that being said, they drop the ball. Franklin digs for it and scooped up in there by a Panther.
That's what they needed.
Here comes Izzy Cross in front for Sacchetti. She shoots in front. It's wide. Again, good defense. Emma Bissinger led that fast break, but Sacchetti couldn't finish it off. Again, Glavin comes up big.
Pete, her shot has just been off.
Yep.
You know, the one she had earlier that Glavin stopped was kind of right in Glavin's midsection.
We're now midway through the fourth and final period. 7-3 Andover with the lead. Franklin with the ball. They haven't scored since the second period. Sacchetti. She shoots. A save by Glavin again. Just goes down low. She's seeing the field beautifully as Addie Glavin. And she'll just kill some clock back behind her own goal line. It's a smart team.
Of course.
Franklin, it's a foul on Cross. No. Yeah, foul on Cross. Foul on Cross. Stop the clock again.
Franklin parent again.
So whistles stopping the clock. Cross was called for the foul. The active official has been Peggy D. Natal. Play back on with the Warriors with the ball, and they're comfortably in front. Latter stages now of the fourth quarter. Hustling upfield is Giselle Broussard.
Nice pass.
Pass in the open for Scarlett Glass. Glass, another feed on the left wing. They're going to charge there, and they're going to see
nice
a
save.
save by Maisie Streisman.
Under 5.
Under 5 to go in the game. 7-3. Franklin needs some points in a hurry. Bissinger, she gets the pass off to Flynn. Flynn falls down. Finn falls down, unfortunately, and that's a turnover for the Panthers. They win it
Franklin
back
gets it back.
to Sacchetti. And a whistle stops play. And Franklin takes a timeout. Oh, man. In the open field, Julia Flynn went down hard, holding her back there a little bit. Looks like she's okay. Time running out on the Panthers. 2 seconds just ticked off after the stoppage of play. I'm not sure why that was. So it's 7-3. Franklin J has had no goal since the second period. That's been the story. Credit the strong defense of Andover, bolstered by outstanding goalkeeping by Addie Glavin, the senior. She'll be playing at Colby Sawyer next year up in Maine. So we have a timeout for Franklin. They do not want their season to end here.
We also have some more parent issues.
The team administrator has been busy here today.
Well, I So I give Franklin credit, having administrator here dealing with the parents when asked to by the official. Um, it is, and now obviously I have my official's hat on, Pete. It is very frustrating as an official because a lot of locations you go to, you ask the administrator for help and they do nothing.
Wow.
And then you, as the official, are the one that gets in trouble for complaining or yelling at a parent. When a parent has spent an hour yelling at you, we have not seen it happen in this game. We didn't see it happen in either of the games Monday. I've never had it happen in my game where a parent complains enough where I or an official changes the call.
Mm-hmm.
It does no good.
Yeah.
It actually hurts, or probably ends up hurting you.
So Franklin with the timeout. 4:25 left. That's it. Can Franklin make something unbelievable happen here in the last less than 5 minutes to go? They'll have the ball.
Sacchetti will start with it.
She is going to hold it, wait for the official. Here we go. Joyce. Franklin takes it down.
You'll see them, I believe, move very quickly here.
Cross. Lagensteiner.
Great defense by Andover.
Yep, they really support their goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Not that she's needed a lot of help. She's been outstanding. And a foul as Flynn draws the foul, a push. And it'll be a free start for Julia Flynn with 3:49 to go.
That's going to be against Johnson, number 12.
Flynn charges through. She's going to shoot. And again, steered wide by Glavin. And Andover comes out with the ball. So Franklin, that's been the story. They've either missed or Glavin has just steered them aside.
3.5 minutes, down by 4. Tall task right now for the Panthers.
Andover will take it up. A lot of solid players. That's a push on Cross. And she's going off. Izzy Cross, a red card. A red card, and Izzy Cross does not believe it. A red card on Izzy Cross. That's drawn the ire of some fans. A red card for Cross. She couldn't believe it. She's going to go off. 3:12 left, and that's it. And it'll be Andover with the ball. They can kill some more clock here. They've had all the goals in the second half. After going behind 2-0, they've outscored Franklin 7-1 since that point. So the officials sorting things out. Cross in the penalty area with the red card.
Again, on the scoreboard, the penalties are not
Right, posted.
are not lit up. So
Here's the Warriors with the ball and the big lead. Lucy McLean. And she goes, 2 players go down. That
was an offensive foul,
Yeah.
Pete. That was a charge.
And that's exactly what the officials
That's
signaled.
exactly what she signaled. Now there's going to be a card, I believe, against Andover on the far side.
It's the push.
Yeah, and a player going off.
Going off, I believe, is Kate Livermore. They're leaving the side. Franklin was down a player with the red card to Cross. Now an Andover player goes out. We believe it's Livermore. 2:54 left. That's all. And it could be it to the Franklin season.
It is Franklin ball.
Flynn. Julia for Vera Hansen. For Blogensteiner.
2:45.
Joyce. Sacchetti drops it, picks it up, charges through. Flynn spinning through. Takes a bump. Gets the pass to Sacchetti. Sophia gets hit down low. It's going to be a free start for Sophia
But the
Sacchetti.
clock will run.
Foul on Giselle Broussard. Sacchetti trying to get the Panthers a goal. They haven't had one since the end of the second quarter. 2:12 to go. Clock is moving. Sacchetti waiting for the whistle. There it is. Sacchetti, she's going to shoot. And the save by Glavin. What else is new? Look at Glavin go.
Going to be a penalty there.
Foul on Franklin.
Another Franklin player going
There's going to
off.
be a yellow card. It's going to be on Sacchetti. Wow. Things becoming unglued here for the Panthers. Apparently it's not a yellow card, but it was an infraction because Sacchetti is still on the field. She hasn't gone off.
Maybe she held her flag up. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Although there were two people on their knees over there.
So it may not have been on Sacchetti. Now the two officials are going to get together. Clock is stopped with 1:58.
Yeah, I think Franklin. Yeah, Franklin's down at least one player, if I'm counting correctly.
Yep. Yes.
They're too spread out for me to count.
Know it. Here come the Andover Golden Warriors, ready to cruise into the Elite Eight round. Ball is loose at midfield. The Warriors have it. 1:42 to go. They're just going to backpedal it.
Can't blame her.
Yep.
Down, up 4, minute and a half left. And this is just running time.
Yep, clock is now stopped. Andover tries to get it in, is blocked.
Yeah, it'd be Franklin ball. But 80 seconds left.
Tremendous goalkeeping by Addie Glavin.
Definitely the most outstanding player today, Pete.
Absolutely tremendous. And here's an errant pass now picked up by Joyce. 1 minute to go.
Franklin also has not been as crisp as they were the other day.
No. Blogensteiner, she had the first goal of the game. Clara goes low. It's wide. It's going to go to the back line. Franklin will have it with 41 seconds to go. Clock is ticking down. Wraparound shot, the save by Glavin. She's just so calm back there. She's just going to walk behind the net and kill some time. And
well, this will end up doing it, Pete.
The open field is Scarlett Glass. 20 seconds to go. Glass wants more. She's going to lose the ball. It's knocked away from her. 13 seconds to go. Glass now in no hurry.
Clearly not the end of the season, these girls, or not the way they were hoping their season to end.
No, not at all. And that's going to do it. 3 seconds to go. 2, 1, and there's the horn as Grace Johnson fires the ball 25 feet into the air. The Golden Warriors of Andover are going to advance to the Elite Eight game, most likely against number 2 seed Wellesley. They win it here today, 7-3. All said and done, Jay, an outstanding effort by the Golden Warriors of Andover.
Shows you the strength of that Merrimack Valley Conference that they play in.
Absolutely. Only an 8-10 record, but they've had tough losses twice to Reading, Central Catholic, and Chelmsford, each by about 2 goals, according to their coach, Meg Reddy. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage. That's going to wrap up a season of girls lacrosse. Jay, they finished the season, nothing to be ashamed of, 17-3. They made it to the Sweet 16.
Had a great year, great record, and just things didn't go their way, and they ran into an unbelievably hot goalkeeper there. Glavin was tremendous.
So that's going to do it. Remember, boys lacrosse, they are playing as we speak, and that's today at 4:30 at Acton Boxborough. So that game is probably nearing conclusion. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our camera operator today, Chris Flint. For my partner, Jay Horrigan, this is Pete Roy saying so long for the final time this season in girls lacrosse. The final score, Andover 7, Franklin 3. Till next time, so long, neighbors.